Have you ever wondered what people were saying around you, or maybe even possibly about you? Have you ever just wanted to impress that crush in your class, grade school, high school, college? Or are you actually just a real big chismoso and you pay close attention to everything that is being said in your presence? Or you couldn't even afford school because it is kind of expensive? You came to the right spot. Join here every day to see if you learn Spanish, and 30 of them. And at the end of 30 days, I bet if you were consistent with it every single day, you'd be, oh my goodness, I never knew I knew Espanol. Now, is it possible to really learn a foreign language in 30 days? No sé. Pero estamos attempting it, okay? And at the end of 30 days, we should be pretty much comfortable with speaking, writing, reading, observing, and thinking the language. Now, with all due respect, I have been learning Spanish for about a year and a half, a year, very, very much so inconsistently. But I told myself, if I actually worked hard to consistently do it every single day, like I scratch my nuts, like I brush my teeth, and like I eat food, would I already be fluent in the language? We are going to be debunking this. So, without any further ado, pretty long intro, let me show you how we're going to get down. So these are the rules to the challenge. Rule number 1, study and practice for a minimum of 2 hours every day. Number 2, write, speak, listen to Spanish every day to build consistent practices. 3, use ChatGPT to assist you as you learn new material. 4, start from the very beginning and don't skip any concepts. 5, study your flashcards every day and write new words in flashcards. Number 6, write down words you don't know yet and look them up in a dictionary and use them in sentences. 7, every Friday use ChatGPT to test you on the new material you have studied. Number 8, after 14 days, switch one of your phones to Spanish and don't take it off. Number 9, at the end of the 30 days, do a final exam using ChatGPT. Number 10, upload daily, no missed days. Upload on YouTube, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram. Number 11, read Spanish books, write sentences to paragraphs, talk to your friends who speak Spanish in Spanish, and immerse yourself in Spanish so you learn quicker. Number 12, do this every day past the 30 days with every new language you choose to learn. As you see here, this what we do. Day 1 is going to be the present tense of ser, pronouns, greetings, and farewells. So greeting number 1, we have hola. Spanish, it'll be pencil, and then in pen will be English. Greeting number 2 is que pasa, what's happening. And please pay close attention to the accent mark on the E. It makes a huge difference later down the line when you really start learning Spanish. This one's actually my favorite. Que, accent, question mark, que tal. Which means, what is up? What's up? Que tal, mi compa? Buenos dias, which means good morning. Buenas tardes, good afternoon. Okay, now these are a list of greetings. We got hola, que pasa, que tal, buenos dias, buenas tardes, buenas noches. Hola, hi, que pasa, what's happening, que tal, what's up, buenos dias, good morning, buenas tardes, good afternoon, buenas noches, good evening, or good night. Now, time for farewells. Adios, which means goodbye. Hasta luego. See you later. Hasta mañana. See you tomorrow. Hasta pronto. See you soon. Nos vemos. See you. Then we have nos vemos, which means see you. So these are a list of greetings and farewells. Or in Spanish, we call them saludos and despedidas. Now, we're going to practice our greetings and our farewells. After this, we're going to put these into real life sentences before we move on to pronouns. Now, the reason why I did it like this, instead of going into pronouns first, because you can't just say, my name is X, Y, and Z, hi. You would say, hi, I am. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, how are you doing? So it's going to make sense in the future. Hola. Hola. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal? Buenos días. Buenos días. Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. Buenas noches. Now we are moving on to farewells. All right. Adios. Adios. Hasta luego. Hasta mañana. Nos vemos. Okay, chat. Now what we about to do is we are going to put the very basic sentences together so you folks know how to put your sentences together. Hola, buenos días. Buenas tardes. ¿Qué tal? Okay, now we're gonna switch to the farewell sentences because low key, the greetings kind of didn't make no sense, but like I don't know, it didn't make sense to me, so I'm not gonna add them and make so you don't not make sense to someone else. Adios. Hasta luego. Okay, now that we have our greetings, our farewells, our greetings with a sentence. Hola, buenos días, buenas tardes, ¿qué tal? Buenas tardes. Now that we have our farewells as well, adios, hasta pronto, adios, hasta mañana, adios, hasta luego, etc. We're gonna keep practicing. Make sure you guys are writing these down too. We are now going to move on to pronouns. Have to know pronouns before you can move on to ser. So without any further ado, let's talk about the pronouns. So a list of a few pronouns in the present and in the basic concepts we're learning at this moment are I, you, he, she, I'm gonna say it, we, they. Yo, which actually means I in English. We got tú, which means you. Usted means you as well, but formally. El, ella. Notice how el has the little mark on top of the E, and ella doesn't have anything. El means he, ella means she. That accent mark is a big deal. You cannot write Spanish el without the accent mark, as well as tú. You will be speaking a whole different type of sentence. Trust me. These words right here are all singular. Yo means I, tú means you, usted means you, but formally, which is used in Spain and different parts of Latin America. El is he, ella is she. These are all singular. Now to plural. Now we have nosotros, nosotras. Nosotros is we, masculine. Nosotros, nosotras is very important. The AS and the OS determine the gender roles. That is very important down the line when you're learning Spanish. Pay close attention. Ustedes is you are, y'all are, formally in Spain and other parts of Latin America. Okay, vosotros, vosotras, you informally in Spain. In Spain, okay? This is also Latin. So vosotros, vosotras is also Latin, the base language Latin, which Spanish comes from. Pay very close attention. We don't use this in this part of where we're from in Mexico, Spanish, but they do use it in Spain. And last but not least, we have ellos, which is they, male, ellos. Ellas, as, is they, female. This is they in Spanish. Ellos, ellas. Now, chat, we literally got the easy stuff out the way. Ahora, it's going to be a little bit difícil. We are now going to learn ser. Ser is an irregular verb, okay? Pay close attention to the word irregular. Irregular literally means it does not conjugate the same way as another verb would, as in ser's counterpart, estar, which also means to be. But we will get to that, and I'll make sure I teach you with very good, well instructions. This is how you would conjugate, and pay close attention to conjugations. Very important in Spanish. This is how you conjugate ser. Yo soy, chat, which means I am. Then you got tú eres, which means you are. And please pay attention to the accent mark. I'm telling you. Then we have ls, ais, which means he is, she is, masculine versus feminine. And then ustedes means you are formally. Okay, so please pay close attention to the formality. That is so important. It's not even a joke. Then for plural, we have nosotros somos, nosotras somos, which means we are. So we got vosotros sois, vosotras sois, which is informal in Spain, which is also Latin. Pay close attention again. Ustedes son, which means you are formerly in Mexico or maybe some parts of Latin America. I'm still learning myself, but we're doing it together. Ellos son, ellas son, which means they are. Ellos is masculine, ellas is feminine. Please pay very close attention to the femininity, the masculinity, the gender roles. They literally make and break a sentence when you're speaking a foreign language. And that's almost every foreign language besides English. Now, let's dive deeper in tú, usted, vosotros. Let's do it, okay? You use tú with an accent mark on the U to address a friend, a family member, or a pet. Use usted for an acquaintance or a person in a position of authority, a supervisor, teacher, or older person. And this is to show a form of respect. Now, vosotros and ustedes are the plural of tú and usted, respectively. But in all of Latin America, ustedes is used for both the informal and formal, plural, you. Vosotros is commonly used in Spain, but remember, vosotros is also Latin, but it's commonly used in Spain. Verb ser, which also means to be, expresses origin, occupation, inherent qualities, or identity. Now, because the verb form of ser, or any verb at that, shows the subject of a sentence, you can omit, which means remove, the subject pronoun unless it is needed for specific clarification emphasis. So, yo soy Cujo Ka or Cujo K. This means I am Cujo K. But remember, you could also say soy Cujo Ka or Cujo K because you could omit the pronoun right here because this is telling you that this is me talking about myself. Tu eres Ana means you are Anna. Ella es Trisha means she is Trisha. So this right here says nosotros somos familia, which means we are family, masculine. But this right here is nosotras somos amigas, we are friends. Us and us, this is only referring to girls being friends with other girls. Now it could change if there is one guy, but if it's a majority girls, you would use us, not os. If it's majority dudes, you use os. Ellos son hijos, which means they are kids, referring to just boys. Ellas son hijas, sorry, which is referring to girls. They are kids, but just girls. So I added usted es un abuelo. You are a grandpa. Usted es una abuela. You are a grandma. Notice how I'm matching the genders with each other. Do not forget that. That's very important. And for the respective plural of the formality, I added ustedes son mis padres. You are my parents. We will get into that later down the line, but for right now, we're going to keep it. Now, the very last thing we are going to learn tonight is explaining where you're from, where someone else is from. How do you say I am from? Where are you from? Where are they from? This is what we're going to get into before the end of the night, and we're going to all clamor it into one. So to express where someone is from, you first have to know what de donde, which means from where from. Soy de San Diego. Soy de San Diego. And this is how you ask where someone is from. Y tú de donde eres. Now notice how I don't put the tú in front of eres because remember you can omit it because we already know you're talking about me with eres and I'm talking about myself with soy. So, iti de donde eres. De donde somos means where are we from? And de donde son means where are they from? So, today we learned a lot. We learned greetings such as hola, que pasa, que tal, buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches. We learned farewells, adios, hasta luego, hasta mañana, hasta pronto, nos vemos. We did a little bit of sentences with greetings, hola, buenos días, hola, buenas tardes, que tal. Pronouns such as yo, tú, usted, él, ella, nosotros, nosotras, ustedes, vosotros, vosotras, ellos, ellas. The present tense of ser, yo soy, tú eres, él es, ella es, ustedes, nosotros somos, nosotras somos, vosotros sois, vosotras sois, Ustedes son, ellos son, ellas son. And last but not least, the last thing we need to do is just add the sentences with where someone is from. So let's do that and let's call it a night. Buenos dias. ¿De dónde eres? Good morning. Where are you from? What's up? I'm from the United States. So that's it for day one, really night one. But day one, we talked about everything. We covered where you're from, present tense of ser. And for day two, we are going to be explaining the days of the weeks before we get into nouns, articles, and adjectives, because it'll be good to learn the days of the week before we go into nouns and articles, because it's all going to transition with each other. But thank you for viewing. Thank you for learning. And this isn't going to be the only language we're learning. Stay tuned.